Hi guys, as requested, I'm gonna be reviewing the diet of the Dutch giant.
I started as a...
He obviously used to be skinnier, but he pretty much looked normal back then, and we are the same age. Now you can see that he looks a lot older. The condition of his skin is simply not good. Too many wrinkles. You can't see that in this clip right now that well, but in others you will see that he looks way too aged for his age. He really overdid it. He has some funny videos where he walks through the supermarket and people look at him because of his height.
Tall, lanky guy, and I ended up being the Dutch giant.
Maybe he used to be insecure because he was a bit too skinny, but you also don't need to overdo it and destroy your body so severely. You spike your cortisol all the time, which depletes the collagen in your body, and it's visible in the skin, of course. Is that the Dutch police? I have a lot of respect for them.
If I learned one thing in all these years of training, is that you have to eat a lot. I'm 7'2".
Exactly, and that's the thing. When guys who are tall don't eat enough, which is very often the case, then they feel like they need to overeat all of a sudden, kind of create an ED, and go to the gym all the time. I've seen this at gyms, actually, and it oftentimes doesn't even work out anyway, because they don't understand that they need to eat incredibly much to actually gain weight. And of course, when you eat the wrong foods, when you eat grains and a carbohydrate-based diet, it's going to be very tricky anyway.
7'2". Yeah. How tall are you?
6'5".
Oh, okay.
Mate, wow.
6'5", is very tall.
Yeah.
6'5", and he still looks shorter, even though 6'5" is very tall.
You're the biggest man I've ever seen.
It's cool to be so tall. I assume, of course, there's always some problems maybe, but overall I'm sure that he's not complaining. If only he had a handsome face also on top of that, would be even cooler.
This is my 7,000 calorie diet on a daily basis with 500 grams of protein.
He sleeps with a workout tank top. It's probably a joke for the video.
Odin. Yeah. Hey. Hi. The first one that...
Oh, and he has a cat. Wait, doesn't he have children? Wait, I'm actually curious about this. Let me check. It does say that he has one child. He should make a lot of giant babies. Seriously, why would you not?
eats is Sir Odin. And because he's my best friend, he only gets the best. Chicken breast. My breakfast is always the biggest meal.
Chicken breast doesn't have a lot of fat. I hope that it's raw chicken breast. I didn't really see, but he must be clever enough to understand that cats obviously should only be eating raw meat, but also fat and organs. If anything from a chicken, then chicken liver, of course, for the cat. At least some organs. Breast is, as far as meat goes, the worst kind of meat that you can give to a cat or a dog, or to yourself or to any animal.
Of the day, and I do this on purpose because I didn't have food for a long time. Plus, I want to work for many hours, so my stomach needs to be full. First up is the 8 eggs. And I always use the air fryer, which is super easy. Just put them on settings 150 degrees and 9 minutes, and they are perfect.
You saw the calories there? That's wrong, because usually, almost always, you measure the raw eggs, of course. But when you cook the eggs, and in his case it looks like they will be very overcooked, you get half of the calories, sometimes less. Depends. If you cook them very little, sure, you will get 80-90%.
Eggs are really ideal for my diet because I don't only get the proteins in, but it also contains a lot of fat, which gives me extra calories. Next is the ultrafine oats whey shake. I seriously don't have time after eating 8 eggs to stay longer to eat oats for my carbohydrates, and that's why I drink them. And it's very simple.
I don't know of any protein powder that doesn't have microplastics. Microplastics end up all over your body. Also, they have been found in the testicles, and I'm not gonna say on YouTube the thing about the testicles also. Actually, in there. Yeah, they actually end up in there. It's really crazy. You really need to avoid it as much as possible, and doing protein powders is gonna guarantee you to get them.
Just water, 120 grams of oats and 30 grams of whey. Last for my breakfast is my supplement stack, and that's very simple. Multivitamin, vitamin D, and great.
Multivitamin, why? You could just be eating natural food, no need for it. Creatine, why? It's in raw meat. You're the Dutch giant, come on man. The giants of this earth always used to eat tons of raw meat. They drank the blood from the fresh animals that they killed. Come on, man, what is this nonsense with some stupid powders? It's just disrespectful towards nature. I'm serious. Vitamin D, okay, in the Netherlands, where you get sunlight 2 weeks in a year, it's not how it really is. Yeah, okay, I understand that, but the vitamin D is fake from supplements. It's synthetic. The source is usually irradiated vegetable oils. In other words, it's fake vitamin D. Vitamin D is an animal hormone. You can't get it from irradiated vegetable oils, obviously. It's just that the chemical structure is similar to vitamin D. There's nothing to do with it, really, but that's why they can legally sell it, and I put it in quotes because there's no real controls when it comes to what they sell you. Absolute garbage.
And yes, even in my own house I have to duck for every single door. But that's just being 2 meter 18, 7'2".
You have enough money, right? From all of this, you can just create your own house. Why wouldn't you?
Now the fastest way to eat 8 eggs is to break them in half. And always make sure that the yellow is a little bit soft.
Okay, it's not that overcooked. He probably didn't destroy most of the calories, macronutrients, but probably more like 30-40%.
So you can swallow them much easier. That's my trick. What the f*** did that do? Odin is doing his little tricks. I still have the ultrafine oats and the whey. I drink that in the car, and the great thing about the oats is they're called ultrafine, which means they're already shredded and cooked, so they mix with water and digest much faster than regular oats. When you have to eat massive amounts of foods, the trick is don't be focused on the food, distract yourself with something that you would like to watch, and you will notice that the food gets in much easier.
But this is again an ED. He's forcing himself to overeat, and it's the only way to maintain a non-natural physique. He has too much mass on his body, and this is why he needs to overeat and work out all the time to keep it up. Otherwise, your body goes back to its natural state. When you don't force yourself to go to the gym, and when you don't force yourself to eat, then you simply eat as much as your body needs. Your body slowly slims down and gets back to its natural state. Oh my god, man, you can show whatever cars, whatever you want. All that I need to do is look at the weather and I would just get the hell out of there. It's impossible to live there. It's just no matter what you show in the Netherlands and Belgium and the UK, the 3 worst countries on earth, all that you need to do is look up at the sky and boom, plane ticket, cheapest, most expensive plane ticket, I don't care, I need to get out of here. Just like the first ticket I can get.
So I always drink my oats and whey shake on the way to work. It saves me time. And I just want to tell you guys that this diet of 7,000 calories is of course not what I followed my whole life. I've been training for 15 years, went from 80 kilos to 160. And this is the diet, my end boss diet as I call it, to keep exactly my weight.
Look at those crazy wrinkles. His skin is over 40, 50 years old already. But that's what happens when you overeat so much. It's just so much stress, and working out obviously also. And if you work out a lot, you need to eat more. And if you eat more, you reduce your lifespan. I've got studies on this.
160 kilos. I'm happy that with this structure, with eating every 2.5 to 3 hours, I can do this diet. I have some castings coming up. These castings are so big I can't say the name of the series of film, but it's comparable to Game of Thrones level. So it's so important that I keep on being 160, because if they call me and I need to fly for live audition.
Yeah, and you need to look like a freak, sort of, to be in all of these movies and stuff, and that's how he makes a living. And then he can buy a nice house and a car. Understandable, but you're just a slave of the Matrix then. Do you really want to destroy your health for that? A slave, of course, does.
Then I need to be in shape, and I don't want to be below 160. Welcome at Muscle Meat. For those who don't know, I own the biggest online sports supermarket of the Netherlands. Here we don't only sell supplements, but real foods. We have over 250 products, high protein meals, chicken breasts, beef.
Yeah, but the stuff is, as far as I know, frozen and cooked. Correct me if I'm wrong. Even if it's one or the other, it's for sure not fresh, natural food. It's understandable, of course. And he does sell meat. There's some meat in there, obviously, not only. Could be worse. At least it's not beyond meat for your muscles, as if that would work.
Steak, you name it, sweet potatoes, we have it. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I have a lot of work to do. My second meal is at 12, so I have 4 hours of work. Let's get to the office. Welcome, my.
I could never possibly support this because sweet potatoes have oxalates. You feed that to somebody for long enough, they will develop kidney stones. Yeah, if you eat them once a month, maybe even once a week, you maybe won't now. Once a week isn't going to work. No, once a month would probably work. That you wouldn't get it if you don't eat anything else with oxalates, which is very likely not going to be the case if you eat that kind of garbage anyway. If you eat potatoes now and then, especially the white ones, you probably won't get them. But people eat so many vegetables nowadays with oxalates. It's just a ticking time bomb. And that will be the pain of your life if you get a gallstone, kidney stone.
Office where I have an amazing high door. Between 8 and 12, my main job is marketing. So I make videos for our social media channels. I make week deals, all that kind of stuff. I'm also the product developer of Muscle Meat. So every product that we sell, over 250 products, I either bought or invented myself. So that's what I continue with between 8.
What he could have done is sell raw dairy and promote it through his channel. I understand that he won't promote raw meat, very likely, but raw dairy is being eliminated everywhere, and the Dutch people grew up on raw dairy. That's why Dutch people are so tall, in case you didn't know. Then they started pasteurizing dairy decades ago, as you know, and you still, of course, get something out of it, and a lot of Dutch people still drink raw milk, but it's changing. It's shifting to mostly pasteurized, and the health is going to get worse and worse because of that. That he could have easily done. What would be the problem? Yeah, of course, if you have a factory where you produce this stuff and package it, it's pretty hard to deliver raw dairy in time, and you won't be able to sell that in the stores probably legally. Still, there's definitely some ways to make it work. There's definitely a lot of raw dairy products that you can also keep for longer. No, he wouldn't have made that much money from it, but at least he would be promoting something pretty healthy for the Dutch population.
And 12. The great thing about this office is that normally Desiree and my baby Romy are here. They're at their grandmother's today, so I can't film them.
Okay, he had a baby now. Okay, yeah, make some more babies, man.
But they're the love of my life, and I have them always with me. That's great. This whole office is also decorated for Romy, that she can grow up to 1 year old. It's time for meal number 2, 12 o'clock. At 12 we always eat together. We're actually a family business, my whole family works here. And therefore I think solidarity is very important also for our workers. Everybody always takes the food out of the muscle meat freezer.
Again, 163 grams of protein. Obviously you're not getting that, but I don't know what exactly he's eating, but when it comes to cooked meat, you're again getting, depends on how much it's cooked, 30, 40, 50% less calories, protein, the micronutrients are destroyed, usually around 90% of B12.
And we have around 8 microwaves, so everybody can eat quickly and healthy. Even though I sell my own high protein meals, as a giant I just have to be around 1,000 calories. Therefore I have to drink an oats whey shake after each meal. My most sold meal is number 3, it's the risotto spinach chicken.
I should have mentioned also before, that also spikes your insulin a lot. Another problem, these powders, and of course that will age you even more.
Discovered it's out of stock, but I have my own meal factory. Let's check if the meal's still there. I control my own recipes here, the quality and the production. We make around 10,000 meals a day for my own
Was that broccoli? Ah, disgusting.
Supermarket, but also for the Jumbo supermarkets. I mean 700 Jumbo supermarkets all over the Netherlands, so that really makes me proud, because every Dutch person here in the Netherlands can get a high protein meal from me at every Jumbo in the Netherlands. Again, distraction is key when you have to eat this.
Yeah, but again, a high protein meal would be if you would consume raw dairy and raw meat, which the population used to eat. They still eat raw fish at least. It's not when you eat cooked meat where you destroy 50% of the protein and then some kind of flours along with it, and potatoes full of oxalates. Again, could be worse, could be way better also though.
As much. I love watching anime from South Park to Dragon Ball Z and things like Death Note, and it really gets me.
Oh, Death Note. Death Note was actually pretty good, I remember it. I watched it for the first time not that long ago, because I know that it came out super long ago. Yeah, Death Note. I don't necessarily recommend watching any... I for sure don't recommend watching any movies and TV shows, whatever anime as such. But if you watch stuff anyway, if you haven't seen Death Note, I think that I would actually recommend it. Yeah. Again, not in general, but if you do anyway.
Through the diet every single day. And of course, another oats whey shake. Before I go to the gym, I have to buy...
Yeah, a lot of insulin all the time, which is a growth hormone. Growing just means aging. And because of this, the forceful eating and the working out, he aged his body. That's why he looks so old. You can see it in the face. And come on, look at those crazy wrinkles. Really aged skin. 50-year-old face skin. Well, everywhere else probably also.
Buy some items that I don't sell at Muscle Meat, which is the fig Greek yogurt, also known as quark. I need to have some eggs, and I'm almost out of milk. So let's go.
Oh my god, man. Now he's gonna go and buy some pasteurized milk. Idiot. I love it.
So here we have the milk. Ah, I found the quark. Oh, here we have the eggs. And in the Jumbo, you can't skip a muscling meal if you're on a high-protein diet.
Technically speaking, he's on a low-protein diet, but that's because he doesn't understand the biological value of food. He doesn't understand what you can actually get out of it, nothing about anti-nutrients, that a lot of the nutrients are in the fiber when you're eating plants. He doesn't understand anything about digestion and the assimilation of the food that he's eating. And he doesn't understand how much cooking actually destroys. 99% of these bodybuilders and whatever, really everybody, measures the calories of raw food, not realizing that most often, because of how much people cook food, you're going to destroy over 50% of the calories. And that's how bad it actually is. That's why when you eat raw food, you're fuller much quicker. And by fuller, I mean satiated more so. You're not full of fiber, which is indigestible, full of gas and bloating.
Vamos, bitch. Hey, was goed om je te zien, man. After the gym. At the moment, I'm at my heaviest ever, 160 kilos, 352 pounds. I think it creates a good balance between mass, which I want to have in my clothing, and details.
You can see that he can't make full range motions because of the obesity. I calculated his body mass index. He is most definitely obese, and he looks very obese. That's why he can't make full range motions. A very big guy, contrary to what the media, especially social media, will say. And that's because he would really have trouble actually fighting somebody, really moving his whole body. He also wouldn't be able to run. It is technically, by definition, the body of a disabled human being. I don't say that to offend him, just technically, by definition, it is.
And I have my shirt off. My goal for the next 2 years is to go to 165 kilos, but pure muscle, no fat, no water. And I'm going to do this with my new gym that's coming in 1 month, with Hammer Strength for Life Fitness. It's a brand that stands out in durability.
Wait, is he creating a gym line? As far as the business goes, great probably, because the media is pulling more and more men into going to the gym, and women also today. But do we really need more gyms? How many gyms are there in Europe? It's just full of gyms everywhere. Whereas 20 years ago, you couldn't find a gym. You could walk for 30 minutes and you wouldn't see a gym anywhere.
Innovation and biomechanical precision. The machines are designed for those who prioritize in strength and performance. It can withstand the demands of serious lifters, and that is what I need. So I can work, train, and just go home. That will save me so much time, and all my workers can use the gym. I love it. I can't wait. 4 more weeks. Sounds weird, but I drink 2 liters of milk during the day. And that's...
Why do you drink the pasteurized milk, man? It makes no sense. You want to grow anyway, then you might as well drink raw milk. It's the best for growing. It's also gonna age you, of course, because it's full of growth hormones, but it would be perfect for you. And it would be 1,000,000 times healthier. You're getting all of these nutrients which you're not getting from the pasteurized garbage milk. He lives in Utrecht, no? There's a farm pretty close to Utrecht you can go to and buy tons of raw milk. Why doesn't he do that? I think that Dutch people nowadays are just very ignorant when it comes to what their ancestors ate. You don't even realize why you look so tall. There's a lot of models that come from the Netherlands, and all of their ancestors grew up on raw dairy, raw fish. That's why they are good looking and tall, and they just don't get it. And now they are ruining their genetics, because this is what happens. You pass down your horrible eating habits to your children.
I think around 1,000 calories. My cameraman will put it in the screen. That's so much together with the proteins that it's actually, I call it a meal. Well, actually I don't eat 200 grams of salmon. I eat around 180 grams.
Look at that incredibly old face. What a disaster.
20 grams every night. It goes always to Sir Odin. You know how much cats love fish. And he always obliterates it. You have to eat from the plate. Now Let's eat.
I would love to have a natural fight with this guy. And by that I mean in a natural environment, the way it would be. It would be funny because of how easy it would be. I would humiliate him so badly.
Meal number 6 is 500 grams of quark. Most people also know it as Greek yogurt. It brings me a lot of protein and fats in the evening before I go.
Greek yogurt and quark isn't the same. Maybe what you buy there, but not in general.
Sleep. And I always gain during meal number 6. It makes me relax, cortisol goes down, and then
Cortisol goes down. Yeah, always. At the end of the day, TV, video games, whatever, it's just the same with all of these people. And they just don't realize that if they would just lay there and play video games all day, they would be a million times healthier.
I can sleep very quickly. The trick here is that every time you die or you make a major kill, you take a bite, and then it goes very quickly, I can tell you. My meals are so big that I always wake up by myself around 3 o'clock. So I figured out that, hey, this is another great moment to eat. So every night I put full fat quark next to my bed and I eat another 635.
That's such torture. Oh my god. It's a life full of suffering, that's for sure.
Calories and 36 protein. And if you're wondering why I'm banned to the attic, my girlfriend calls me Snorlax. I snore a lot.
Really? Wow. Okay, you snore a lot. You're probably also just generally congested because of the pasteurized dairy all the time. But still, why would you not sleep with your child and wife? Still very weird. I get that snoring can be annoying, totally, but is it that bad that your husband needs to sleep in the attic? Tell me what you think about it.
This is what I eat in a day, every day. Let me know in the comments what you think, and please subscribe, because weekly videos are coming.
He was asking for our opinion at the end of the video about his diet. You eat way too much pasteurized and cooked food, and you don't realize how many of the macro and micronutrients you destroy by doing that. You of course don't care about the micronutrients, which is why you never mention them. Most people don't, but it is very important. And as far as the macronutrients goes, your calories, carbs, protein and fat, you also destroy them by cooking and pasteurizing food. As I said, you live in the Netherlands, you can easily get raw dairy almost everywhere, for sure, near Utrecht, very easy. Why do you not do it? It's not more expensive. Yes, you have to drive a bit further, okay. You're a millionaire probably, right? You can easily get somebody else to go there and get it for you. You would maybe not even snore anymore then, who knows? It's not that easy to stop it, but it's possible. You would generally be healthier, happier. You would probably need to sleep less because you would recover better because of the raw food. Generally, your life would be better if you would switch to raw dairy, ideally also raw meat. You probably won't do that, I get that. You probably sometimes go and eat sushi, sashimi, that's acceptable socially. And there's also other raw fish actually that the Dutch people eat raw on a pretty regular basis, more so back in the day compared to now, but still they do. And that's exactly why the population has a lot of tall people, a lot of good-looking people also. As I said before, there are for sure some models that come from the Netherlands. He could very easily improve his life. I get that it's not going to be socially acceptable to do all of this, but why do you care about that? You're the Dutch giant. Live like a giant. Be dominant, strong. Show men the right path, or at least show the Dutch people the right path. Because a lot of boys probably look up to you. Show them the truth about raw food, better food, raw dairy. Yeah, still sell your sweet potato, overcooked, whatever garbage in jumbo, I get that you won't stop that, but you can still say, hey, as far as the hydration goes and the raw nutrients, I get my assistant to get me a gallon of raw milk every day. What would you lose? You would only become healthier. Everything would only be better. Thanks for watching.